I'm really, really like insanely close to my sisters. Really close. So earlier on in the younger years, my sister, Pastor Cathy, used to work in an international company on Kenyatta Avenue. So I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. So every lunchtime, I would be in CBD, City Center. She used to do praise and worship at City Hall and Charter Hall. So I would go pick her up from the office, and we would walk to Charter Hall and City Hall, and she would do the praise and worship. We listened to the word, and then we would walk to City Market because she only had like 15 minutes left now. So we'd walk to City Market for some fruit salad. As you can see, I dropped the fruit, but anyway, that's a story for another day. During one of those days, one of those times in that period, we were walking back to her office, and then we heard Cathy. Some deep voice, Cathy. So we turn around, and there's this 6-foot-tall hunk of a man, and I'm like, whoa. So my sister, so we are both standing, and he's walking towards us, and I'm like, how come I've not heard about this? So I'm thinking of so many things, but mostly she's in so much trouble. Anyway, needless to say, we were introduced. I walked a little ahead, and then when she caught up with me, I was like, so is he saved? Because I knew that would be a deal breaker with my sister. So she said, oh, he is not only saved, he wants to take me out for coffee. I was, whoa, this is getting good. A few dates in, they got to know each other, and then he joined our trips, so to speak, to City Market for fruit salad. And then we got to know each other, and as we got to know each other, sometimes he would borrow my sister's car, and he would go and run his errands or whatever. Then one day, my sister called me distressed. Oh, by the way, this was happening while it was in between jobs. When someone tells you they're in between jobs, that's a fancy way of saying they're jobless. So my sister, she calls me, she's distressed. Oh my God, Allan, as we call him at the time, he has been in a car accident. And remember, the guy is jobless, so he's not gonna fix his car. So I'm like, okay, don't worry, we're gonna fix the car. And my sister's like, I think I need to cut him loose because it's too much. It's already a few months. The guy doesn't have a job even now. So I think I need to cut him loose. Normally, she's a very good sister. She's a very good person. Me, not so much. But that day, I was the good person. I was the good guy. I was on his side. I think it's because we are both introverts. So whenever she went back to the office, we would sit. We are not smiling. We're just, but we're having a good time. We are introverts, remember? So we're having a good time. But anyway, I convinced her not to dump him. Because she really was going to. And we continued like we were really, I could tell you a million things. But fast forward to 2 months ago. 2 months ago, one day he says he has a pain in his hip. And my sister calls me and says, come, let's go see what's going on. So we go to the hospital, and we're not even thinking anything of it. Oh, it's nothing. So we stayed 2 weeks in, and it starts going south a little bit. And during all this time, while he was in hospital, my sister did not cancel her preaching assignments. She kept them. So one day, she was out on such an assignment, and he told me, I just want to go home and be with my wife and kids. I was like, oh, okay, we'll see what to do. And I tried to console him, but the following morning, he was adamant. He was like, he had it. He wanted to go home. So my sister did not want him to go home at that point, because she was like, no, he needs more care. Let's wait a little bit. So he calls me, says, sis, do you love me? He asked me. I'm like, yeah, you know I do. Then make sure I get out of here. I want to go home. So I told him, Brobish, I'll make sure we do that. We'll go home. So I turned to my sister. Now, that's one battle. I have to turn to my sister because, oh my gosh, she wants him to stay. He doesn't want to stay. So I convinced her, I said, listen, it's good for his mental. Let's go home, and tomorrow, if we need to come back, we come back. But let's go home. He'll be so happy. And let me tell you, it was not easy. It was very challenging, but we did go home. And when you go to the house, oh my God, when you go to the house, he was crying. He was wailing. He was saying, thank you for bringing me back home. Oh, I know I have a beautiful house. I am so thankful to God. And from there, we just had this journey, really tough, for probably 4 weeks of the back and forth. We had a great team of going to the hospital and going back home, a great team, and God bless you, you know yourselves. God bless you so much. My sister, oh my God, my sister, I look at her, my sister is that Proverbs 31 woman. No, you all don't understand. I watched her with her husband. When her husband checked out, she was willing him to leave. She was saying, no, baby, don't go. We got a lot to do, don't go. We got so much work. Please hang around, please. We would try and encourage him to eat. He wouldn't eat for us. But when she came, oh baby, please eat, and she would be so happy. She was so just loving and caring. And mom, senior mom, thank you so much for even picking my sister and not throwing her away like the other girl, like you did the other girls. Thank you for acknowledging her. But my sister, when I look at you, I'm so heartbroken. I know how you loved him, and I know how he loved you. But through God, you'll be able to make it. All I tell you, weeping endures
Amen.
for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I love
Amen.
you so much.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Auntie Jane.